Preparing to make a big purchase is not only about being ready to spend a huge amount of money. It's also about having understanding how you can get to that point and when you can make it happen. So having a plan significantly reduces amount of uncertainties that you might face during this exciting journey. And today I would like to share with you how I usually plan big purchases and what actual steps do I take during this journey. My name is Led, and on this channel I'm sharing my knowledge about personal finances, investments and savings. If it's something that you're interested in, I encourage you to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon in order to stay tuned with my latest releases. Short disclaimer, this plan is not a certified financial advice. It's rather my personal observations, trials and failures during my life on how to properly plan big purchases for myself. And now let me share with you 7 steps that I usually take in order to plan my important and big purchases. And the very first step is to understand the full price. Sometimes there are hidden fees and taxes that you would need to take into consideration while preparing for such purchase. Let's say you decided to buy a car. Apart from a price tag that you would see, there is also at least 2 hidden fees that you would need to pay. Same for property purchase. If you want to buy a property, you would need to pay additionally to the price of a house or apartment at least 6 different fees and taxes. So I want to ask you, before you would make decision to purchase something, try to summarize, try to make a sum of all of the fees and taxes that you would need to pay additionally to a price of your item. Next thing is to understand your opportunity costs. It might sound financially hard, however the concept itself is pretty easy and straightforward. You just need to think what opportunities would you miss if you would make this decision to make a purchase. Let's say you have $100,000 and you planned to buy a property. So you need to think where you can put your money instead. For example, invest all of them into a stock market. Or another option is to buy a cheaper property and the rest of money spent on yourself or again invest. Or lastly, find a mortgage with an interest rate way lower than an average return on investments into stocks, and then your property would cost for you less, however you would have it while in the meantime having some money in investments. There are enormous amount of opportunities that you can think of. You just need to list them all and then assess which of them really better than your original idea, and then think once more whether it makes sense to make a original purchase or it's better to put your money in those opportunities. And the third step, you need to calculate what is the length of a period while you would need to pay for such thing. Is it a one-time transaction, or maybe it's buy now pay later, or it's a mortgage, or maybe you just need to wait until your return on investment will allow you to do that. I can give you a good example to illustrate this step. Once I was planning to buy an apartment, and I was looking for an apartment with the best mortgage rate. I mean, 0 mortgage rate, of course. And one of the developers had proposed such thing. He told that while the apartment is under the construction, the mortgage rate would be 0. But as soon as the construction will be finished, so the apartment would be available to be purchased by others, then it will be just a regular mortgage with interest rates. So I had to understand how I can pay off the down payment, make down payment, and pay the principal before the construction would be ended. So it was a clear understanding for me what is the length of a period before I would start paying the interest rate and as a result spending money for nothing. So with this step, you just need to understand whether there are some restrictions or rules or opportunity would be missed after some period of time and what is the length of this period. The following step is to compute how much money you are ready to pay on a monthly basis. Because let's say a purchase would take from you $5,000, but you're only able to pay $2,000. So you need to have a clear understanding what amount of money you're able to pay and how it aligns with your goals. With my previous example of apartment, I clearly understood that I won't be able to pay off the principal before construction ends if only I would either increase my investments and savings or earn more money. So I had to make some extra steps that we will cover on later in this video. If monthly savings are higher than the monthly payment, then you are good and you are ready for the last step, is to adjust your monthly budget and create a dedicated category for this purchase. And then just as soon as money lands on your account, put them into the appropriate bucket. However, if your monthly payment is higher than money that you would able to save for such purchase, there are some additional steps that you would need to take. So the sixth step of this process is to look for ways how you can increase your monthly savings. There are obviously two ways, either spend less or earn more. For myself, my decision to take both ways. So I wanted to cut some of my spendings on one side and ask for salary increase on the other side. Since I knew that salary increase would take some period of time, during this time I would need somehow to increase those savings. So reducing of spendings was the only option during that period. And I was able to save around $4,000 in 6 months by just reducing some of my spendings. And if you want to know more how I was able to do that, check out a dedicated video where I shared some money saving tips that helped me to achieve this. Link will be on top and I will put it to the description section below. Check them out. However, if you see that there is no option for you to ask for salary increase, for example, your boss just declines it, then you can look for other companies that would pay more for the same job. Or look for some side hustles. I've made a list of 11 side hustles that you can start doing now in order to earn those money. If you want to know more about them, check out the link that will pop up on top and I will put it to the description section below again. And as a last step, as soon as you figured out what is your actual goal and how you can achieve it, you just need to adjust your monthly budget in order to reflect all of those changes and let your exciting journey begin. For myself, Project Apartment has taken already 4 years. I was able to pay off the principal on time, so no interest fee was paid. However, I need to make renovation there. So again, I need to save some amount of money, plan it accordingly, and at some point of time in future, make the renovation in order to live there afterwards. So as you see, planning of big purchases goes beyond just seeing the price tag and dedicating some amount of money. You would also need to take into consideration things like opportunity costs, hidden fees and taxes, how much money you're ready to spend on a monthly basis, how much money is needed to be spent on a monthly basis, as well as keeping track of the progress and understanding whether you're approaching your goal with the right speed. If you enjoyed watching this video, I encourage you to check out another one where I shared how to plan monthly budget and what steps to take on a payday. And I much appreciate if you can support my channel by hitting the like button and subscribing to it. Thank you for watching and see you next time.